I want to talk a little bit about the Strictly stuff, because I feel like this was the first time a YouTuber had successfully, about this, Jack Maynard, but his stint on Celebrity
was this before?
Get Me Out of Here.
I swear, was Saffron Barker not on before?
No, she was after.
Was this the first one then?
I was the first to do it, like you said, successfully, I guess, with Strictly.
Yeah.
Because I had anxiety when you said you were going on, because I got flashbacks of what happened to our man Jack and the way he got torn to pieces. But luckily, you hadn't called anyone the N word on Twitter. No. So that helped. Is that
what he'd done? And they got. I swear it wasn't.
Nah, it might not be that, but you know what I'm trying to say. It was he got done for old tweets.
Surfaced old tweets.
You know that fucking winds me up in the first place. Like, I was annoyed that. But that's how the mainstream works. It's like one little thing and you're finished.
Looking to bring you down.
I can remember because when I was a kid, because on my series, do you remember Faye from Steps?
No, you talking a different language right now,
bro. I know steps, but there's no chance I'm ever gonna know.
They're
TV show?
Tragedy.
No,
band. Music band.
You've heard of steps?
Well, I know that song.
Yeah.
Well, when your mum's in bed with Uncle Fred. That'll just be singing it in primary. You'd be like, fuck off.
But yeah, so she was in my series, and when I was a kid, she was my favorite in the band.
Just say it.
And yeah, so she was my favorite in the band, and they
struck one out, bro.
And they did. I remember they ran a story saying that, because we're on the same series, like, Joe's. Cause they found a video from ages ago where it's a video of me and my sister recreating one of the dance routines from Steps.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I said I used to fancy Faye from Steps. So they brought that up and tried to make it out like it was already a Strictly curse going on between me and Faye and things like that. So it's like so they are kind of
they're on it.
Yeah, you're safe in YouTube, I felt like.
Yeah, I've had a couple of opportunities, not like Strictly or anything like that, but to do TV show stuff, and it's just a no for me.
Yeah,
because all I'm saying, it takes them, I'd say, 30 seconds into a fella's episode, and I'm finished.
Yeah, it's all in jest.
I'm just playing a character.
I feel like
that's true. Like, it's called the fucking Fellas podcast. Like, it's gonna be a shit show, and we're gonna say bad things. But we don't mean it. We don't mean it, guys. You know what I've always said? If you don't mean it, you can say anything.
I like that philosophy. I like that.
As long as you ain't hurting anyone. I read a book recently where it was telling me about how, and I live by this, but it's hard to get it across to the people. Okay?
This is how every bad story starts.
It is up to you to be offended or not. Yeah. That's your responsibility. If you are offended, it's on you. It's your fault. Like, I could say the craziest shit.
Come on, then. No, I'm joking. Don't. Let's not test it.
No, we're not going to test it. But if someone gets offended, it's like, oh, that's your fault for being offended. You can. Yeah. You don't need to care. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter.
You can't make somebody feel something. They feel it for themselves.
That's what my girlfriend always tells me.
That is going on my next Strava caption. That's good.
So yeah, you got scouted into Strictly.
Yeah.
And were you, because you know what, as well, when you got announced, I literally said, I remember saying to the boys that he's going to win this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are such, like, you capture the mums of the world and they love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had this audience of mums / 13-year-old girls, and that combo,
deadly.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was deadly.
What was the moment like where you actually found out? Was it like a big build-up of like, oh, you might be going on, blah, blah, blah? How did that work?
So they asked me if I was interested, and I said, look, I'll go along, because at this point I was thinking about starting a production company, so I was like, I actually want to go and meet the people that make the show, understand how TV works. So I said, look, I'll go along to go and meet them at a place called the Hamyard Hotel. Do you know that hotel?
And so
I went for a afternoon tea with the producer and the talent exec, and they just sort of persuaded me in that meeting. Now I went in going like, I'm not going to do it, but I just want to know how the show works and get a bit of knowledge from them. And I ended up leaving going, shit, am I actually going to do this? So I messaged everybody that I knew, just sort of saying, what are your opinions? Do you think I should do it? And everyone pretty much said yes, but the one that mattered most was the boys group chat, like all my mates from back home. And I said, look, I'm thinking about doing it. What do you reckon? And they said, oh, well, like, will 100% take the piss out of you the whole time because it'd be hilarious, but you've got to do it. You've got to get in those sequins. So I thought, do you know what? No one else has done it yet. And especially that time in my life of YouTube, I was like, I want to try something different. I still love YouTube, but I want to just spin that coin and see what happens. And
it was a great, it was very successful.
Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? The actual.
I did.
Like looking back on it, is it actually an enjoyable experience? Because it looks like hell to me.
It's long. It's a long. You've got to, if you want to get to the final, you genuinely have to like devote all your time to it.
Really?
So I couldn't dance. I don't really have rhythm at all.
Yeah.
I can hear music well, so I never went out of time. I can hear a beat, but I struck like I was having to do like 12-hour days rehearsal and stuff like that. So a lot of people always go, like surely you were already, you and Diane were already like getting on early doors. No, it's like I was genuine. I think we knew there was like something there as the weeks went on. Yeah, but it was like we just didn't have time for any of that like
hanky panky.
No. Because I wanted to get to that final, and she's a professional dancer, and she's like, for them, winning is like everything as well.
Yeah. So how much do they actually care about?
They are
the winning, because it feels, like almost like Soccer Aid.
Yeah.
How you get like the pro guys turning up and they're just there for a laugh.
Yeah.
Do these professional dancers really give a shit here?
They do. It's like I compare them to like sport, like football players, because in a way they know they've got a certain amount of time they can dance before their bodies just can't do it anymore.
Right.
And I guess in a way, like Strictly is kind of like a mixture of like professional dancing, but also entertainment and like personality and stuff. So there's no platform for a dancer, I think, that's like bigger than that. Really, like.
So this is like the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's essentially, each year. So for them, like winning is.
And is there a prize or something for winning?
Is it a cash prize?
Kind of a glitter ball. Yeah, there's a glitter, like you win a big trophy, but it's a big trophy when you win it on the TV.
Yeah.
But then they take it away and you get a much smaller version unless you do the tour. So we didn't win the show. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the series. But we won the tour afterwards. And you get, because the tour is funded by a touring company rather than the BBC, you get the big trophy. So we've got two of these. So
the BBC are just a set of tight bastards, whereas like the touring company, they're like, mate, we're making a fucking bag off this. Give them something worthwhile,
But it's good though. You should do it. I can see you doing it, Chip.
Chip would be great.
No way, man. My body's on the brink of death now. I've got bad hips. Like, could you imagine me trying to do a little
salsa?
You've got it. If you had to do one of these shows, which one would you do?
I think I'd do I'm a Celeb.
Yeah, that would be that would be what you're best at. Let me tell you something about Chip. Yeah. In a similar vein to you. Yeah. If he went on these shows, I think he would win a lot of people over very quickly. Like his personality is like it wasn't quite fucking going. Big Brother, but you did do Locked In.
Yeah, keep going though.
And he cooked everyone on there. And he cooked.
Didn't Pieface do Big Brother?
Yes.
So probably he's the first, would we say?
Yeah, but no, because he wasn't a YouTuber at that time.
What was he?
He was a civilian.
A civilian and then
he was just a bloke.
And then PC, he was just still going to away games.
He was mental on that Big Brother as well. There's a lot of funny clips of him on there.
Yeah, he was gold.
He was so likable at the start, and then everyone just grew to hate him at the end.
Really?
Because he was just constant moaning.
We had him on the podcast, and he was so funny.
I wasn't there for that Pieface ep. I think I missed that one.
No, you weren't. Yeah,
but I can imagine you boys making your own reality show.
Yeah, what would we do?
What would it be?
I don't know.
Maybe we could do it with your production company.
Yeah,
give us something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you cook the idea, you draft us in, and I swear to God, we'll do it. Okay. We're hosts of it, yeah?
Yeah.
We want to be like the Ant and Dec of it.
Yeah, okay.
You won't be able to sell a lick of advertising on it because of who we are.
There'll be someone.
Joe, I actually do have a pitch for you for these boys.
Oh, really?
I remember we spoke about this in the pub a few times where like you two would go around visiting the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah. Okay, I like this. We're on summit.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like, it was in the same way that you did your road trip with Casper.
Yeah.
But we want to go and visit the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
Because Chip is very much like Carl Pilkington.
You did something like that recently, in the camper van. You went to Bruges or somewhere.
No, we did. Yeah, Monaco, but we drove all the way in this fucking shit box.
That's a shit theme park.
Oh yeah, that's Parc Asterix.
Yeah, that was on our way.
So we just kept stopping in Paris and like different little towns and France.
And that was class.
It looks fun.